All right, so good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here to watch this webinar. My name is Valerie Swenson, and I am the Industrial Management Engineering Academic Advisor for the School of Engineering here. This is my third year advising IME students, and I'm looking forward to working with you all throughout your first year here at Rensselaer. I'm calling in today from the School of Engineering Advising Hub. So the Hub is your primary resource for academic advising for your first full year here at RPI. So you'll be with us for advising, and then for years 2 through 4, you will move on to your faculty advisor within the department. So we're really here to help you get started, navigate RPI, and then when you move on to your faculty advisor, they'll be able to help you with the more major-specific, career-specific, life and work after college-specific kind of stuff. So today we will be going over a few different resources for industrial management engineering. We'll take a look at the courses you'll want to register for. In addition, I'll actually go through the process of both searching for courses through 2 different tools that we have, and then registering for courses as well. We'll show you how to do that. Just to remind, registration for courses will be online, and it will take place the week of the 24th. You'll be receiving a time ticket from the registrar's office soon as to when your registration date and time is to your RPI email. So just make sure that you look out there. All right, perfect. So we'll go ahead and get started. We'll have some Q&A at the end as well. And if there are questions that are unanswered during this time, I'm always open to answering them at a different time. You can email me. We can make a meeting and actually, meet via the phone before you get here. And of course, I'll meet you at new student orientation coming up in the not so distant future. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I will show you here is the Industrial Management Engineering guide here. So basically we sent this out, and you really want to take a good look at this before registering for courses. This will walk you through the curricula, the hub here, planning for your fall semester, an overview of humanities courses, which I'll touch upon a little bit later too, how to transfer courses in, and other resources for you here at RPI. So you'll definitely want to make sure you do a really quick and thorough walkthrough of the different resources available through this guide. And then let's see. Next, we will take a look at some other important resources for you. The first 2 are important documents, and those will help you with the registration and course planning process. And then the following 2 are actually online resources that help you search for and register for courses as well. So the first item here is the Industrial Management Engineering template. So you will become very familiar with this. It's basically a 4-year plan of the courses that you'll take to fulfill your degree requirements. So for the first semester here, for the fall, you'll see the different courses you'll want to take. However, we'll kind of talk about other courses as well, not just within the fall semester that's designated, because everyone kind of comes in at different points in terms of the AP, prior credit and things like that they have previous to Rensselaer. So briefly, to talk about the template and how to kind of navigate this, again, you and I will be using this a lot during our year of advising together. You'll see that many of the different courses that are listed here, a course is 4 letters and then 4 digits, so the Chem 1100 for Chemistry 1. You'll see the number of credits associated with each course in this column. And then if there are any additional notes about the course, you'll see a little a number here that will bring you to the footnotes at the bottom of the page. So for the first semester here, the courses that are designated are the following: Chemistry 1, Introduction to Engineering Analysis, and this course is kind of like the physics of engineering. So if you don't previously have physics experience, we recommend that you take Physics 1 in place of IEA first. You hear a lot of acronyms, IEA being Introduction to Engineering Analysis. The third course here is Engineering Processes. You will see that there is a footnote here. So we'll navigate to the bottom of the page. And the note that lists here is the following. ENGR and 1200 and ENGR 1300 may be taken in either order. ENGR 1300, that's the course we're talking about, may be replaced with ISYE 1100, Introduction to Industrial and Systems Engineering. So that is the course and the footnote that corresponds with it. So a quick note about, you'll see this ISE or Industrial Systems Engineering. The IME department has a number of different acronyms that go along with the department and the major itself. So your major is Industrial Management Engineering. That's what your degree will be in. However, the department is Industrial and Systems Engineering. So ISYE or ISE, a bunch of different acronyms. But back to the courses here. So you've got that ENGR 1300, and you can take this Introduction to Industrial and Systems Engineering instead. That is also a 1-credit course, and it's a seminar-style course that teaches you about the major. Different faculty members from the department come through, and they talk about their research. They talk about, opportunities in the field, career things, and so on. So that course is actually offered both fall and spring. That Industrial Systems Engineering department offers it both. However, I would recommend that you do take Industrial Systems Engineering, that 1-credit course, ISYE 1100, over this engineering processes. You can take engineering processes as a free elective, and it's definitely not something to hurt. It's a good skill and course to have. However, as an IME, that's a great introduction to the department. The next course here is Calculus 1. So as an IME, you'll take 4 different math courses. So you'll take Calculus 1, Calculus 2, Introduction to Differential Equations, and then Multivariable Calculus and Matrix Algebra. So if you want to take more courses in math beyond this, you totally can. It would be free electives, and that's something that I'll touch upon a little bit later here. But those are really the 4 main math courses that you'll take. So the last course here in the template, you'll see it's Humanities, Arts, or Social Science elective. The acronym for that is HAS. You will see that often. So HAS stands for Humanities, Arts, Social Sciences. There's 2 different categories of humanities courses you'll take during your time here. However, you'll see here that this says IHSS, and then a bunch of number symbols. So during your freshman year, you will want to take a humanities course. There's 5 total that you'll take minimum. That has a prefix IHSS, which is interdisciplinary HAS. And basically, this kind of transcends the humanities and social sciences. Again, that's those 2 different categories, and that's one of the requirements that you will have. So these are the recommended courses. However, we do know that students come in with AP or prior learning credit. So the next document we will take a look at, though we will revisit this template again, is the Ame Planning Sheet. So let's get this full screen. This is a planning sheet that my coworker Kara had put together. It's really helpful, and it basically guides you through the different courses that you should register for during your first semester, for your first semester here. So you've got the different courses that we had talked about. So you've got, Chem, ENGR 1100, and then you've got the ISYE course. At some point, you will also take a course that covers CAD, which is Computer-Aided Design. There's 2 different courses in this category. It's a 1-credit course either way, and there's ENGR 1200, which is Engineering Graphics and CAD, and there's ENGR 1400, which is Engineering Communications. So they both cover CAD. Engineering Communications, which is that 1400, the higher number, the first part of the class is CAD, and then the second part of the class is word processing software and things like that. Engineering CAD, ENGR 1200, is strictly CAD. So IME is basically, you can take either. It's kind of 50-50 as to which students decide to take. So you can really decide whichever one you'd like to take or what fits best with your schedule and so on. You've got your math course that I mentioned, and then you've got your humanities course as well. In the case that you have 16 or more credits, that's the typical minimum amount, typically 16 to 17 credits for your first semester here. There are some additional areas that you can take a look into. So say that you don't have 16 credits, you can look into, taking Physics 1. You can also look into some of the later classes that you'll take as an IME. For instance, you will take Computer Science 1, which is CSCI 1100. That's slated for your spring semester, but you can take it earlier as well. You will also take a management elective at some point too. So the footnote here, number 4, there's a number of different management electives that you're able to take. This includes econ, introduction to management, psychology, and so on. So you could look to take one of those. Both econ and psychology are humanities electives as well, but you'll still need to take it won't double count. So it can be both the humanities and the management elective. So, kind of bouncing back to this template here, you've also got a science elective that you'll take at some point. So that could be biology, that could be a number of different things. Okay, we have a lawnmower going by, but apparently you can't hear it, so we're good to go. So you've got science courses that you can take. And then don't worry about that really for the first semester, but that's just if you need to take more courses to fill up that 16 to 17 credits. Cool. So we will be sending out the document version of this for you to be able to register along with this recording at a later time. All right. So that's how you kind of determine what classes you'd like to take. When you're looking for courses, which is our next step here, again, you're going to want to keep in mind this 4-letter, 4-digit number. CHEM 1100, ENGR 1100, and so on. The next thing I'm going to show you how to use is how to actually search for classes. So the way that you can do that is through a tool called YACS. So YACS is a tool that allows you to be able to see what schedules are available and actually select sections based upon which courses fit together in a schedule and so on. A quick note about YACS, this is actually an RPI student-created software. The registrar's office had something similar at one point, but YACS is absolutely phenomenal. Students put it together, our brilliant RPI students, and this is something that we use frequently here in the advising office. So basically what YACS allows you to do is search for courses based upon that 4-letter, 4-digit code that we talked about, for instance, Chem 1100. And you can see all the different sections that are available. So in building a schedule, what we're able to do is either select a specific section or you can select all the sections. And what that will do is that will give you the ability to add that to your schedule. So let's try this. All right. So say we wanted that one specific section. I would definitely keep it open just that way. So let's say that we don't have any experience with physics. We might want to take physics here before we do Introduction to Engineering Analysis, which is kind of the physics of engineering. So we've got that. And then a quick note about physics as well. And we'll talk about this at the very end of the webinar too. With physics, that's a course that you'll want to register for both a course and a mentoring for. So this Physics 1960 is a physics mentoring option. It's additional assistance, office hours, and things like that. So you'll actually want to register for those at the same time. So you'll see here that we're adding these courses kind of one by one. And we have currently 95 different schedules to choose from. So if you wanted, you can go through each and every one of these, oh, this looks good, I'm not starting till late. Though I would anticipate having an 8 a.m. at least some point during your time here. Say that you really wanted to take an earlier section of something, say that, this physics works, but maybe this chem doesn't. You can always go and select different sections and kind of adjust your schedule accordingly. So with this, a good way to visualize, and then also this provides you with what's called CRNs. Those are course registration numbers. In order to register for courses, these are the numbers that you're going to want to take. So the 5-digit numbers that start with 8 for the fall. you're going to want to make note of all the CRNs of all the different schedules that you have. I would recommend having, an ideal schedule, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and maybe even 6th option, just in case any of the courses that you want to register for do fill up. And then we talked about the IHSS course. So if you wanted to search that way, these are those topics courses, specifically for first-year students, and you can see the courses that are available here. A lot of really cool topics. They all list 0 right now because we haven't added the seats until the time that you guys register. So it'll look a little bit different for you. All right, so we have talked about our schedule in YACS. We've got our CRNs, or our course registration numbers. And next, keeping those in mind, you're going to actually want to register for courses in SIS. So SIS, which is sis.rpi.edu, is self-service or student information system. So basically, you are going to have your RIN, and then you're going to have a password, which is your birthday at birth. So it'll be month, day, year, to log into the system. And SIS is what you'll use to actually register for courses, and then a number of other functions here at RPI. So next, my SIS account looks a little bit different because I'm an advisor. So what we've done is we've worked with a student to kind of take some screenshots as to what it looks like when you actually register and search for courses in SIS. So to begin, this is something we'll be sending out. You're going to enter your RIN, which is a 661 or 662 number, your password, which is that birth date. When you log into the system, this is what you will see. The first thing you're going to want to do is to go to student menu. You're going to want to view the financial responsibility agreement. So every semester here at RPI, you will have a hold on your account before you can actually register for courses. It's a financial responsibility hold. And basically, going to this, you check a box stating that you are financially responsible to pay your tuition, things like that. And then once you do that, you're able to register. So we do that first. Student menu is pretty important here. So I showed you how to use YACS in terms of searching for classes, but YACS actually is not live the day of registration. It's a great tool to use for registration, but the day of, you're going to want to use SIS and the class search option in order to register, or to search for courses, rather, get those CRNs if you needed to make any changes. So if you go to class search, we're going to always select the term, which is fall. This gives you the ability to search by that 4-letter, 4-digit number. So, for instance, math is short for mathematics. If you wanted to do the Calc 1, it'd be math 1010. Again, that 4 number that we talked about. Put course number in there, and then we do search. So after you click on section search, this brings you to a page that lists the different sections. So anything with a C is a closed class. Anything with a box is an open class. What you're going to want to do is actually record the CRN number by copying it, because you're going to paste that into an area where you actually register for your courses. So again, if you don't already have the CRNs from the YACS tool, do it this way. So to actually add the course, you're going to go back to student menu and then go to register, add, or drop. Again, search the correct term. This is where you will actually add the numbers in, those CRNs, in order to register. You can see here that we have pasted our CRN to register. We click submit changes, and then from there, it registers for us. So under status here, it says registered via web. So that means we have our courses. In the case that something has a conflict or it's full, you'll see a different area below that says, course conflict, basically choose another CRN, and that's when you would want to go to an alternate class to register. After you do that, if you go back to student menu again, you can actually see all of your courses once you've added everything in all at once. So you're going to want to add all the CRNs in at the same time rather than going one by one. What you can do then is view your weekly grid. This gives you an option to search by date. So to do this, I would look for maybe, September 4th of 2019, because if you were to search the day that you actually register, say you register on the 24th of June, it's going to show you that, and you're not here yet. So you don't have any classes yet. And then that allows you to see everything kind of in one space. Then you can plan. This is a former student's calendar or schedule. She took a lot of the same courses that you all will be taking, chem, math, introduction to engineering analysis. She's got engineering graphics and CAD. She took psychology, which is a great humanities course, whether you're an Ame or not. It's a good one to take. So, and just kind of a couple quick notes really quick. So we recommended that you put all the CRNs in at the same time. It makes everything much easier in terms of multitasking. In addition, some classes require that you add 2 CRNs in at once. We had talked about that Physics 1100 and Physics Mentor. You're going to want to put the first CRN here and the second CRN here. It won't let you add otherwise. Biology is the same thing. If you wanted to take that for your science elective, your first semester, however, I recommend that you take some of the other courses that we had spoken about rather than that. And then, again, use this on the day of registration rather than using YACS, because YACS is not live, doesn't pull the information all at once on the day of registration. Cool. If you encounter issues during registration, technical issues, perhaps you get locked up with your account. I personally have done this 3 or 4 times since I've been here. If there's something else that comes up that isn't just I didn't get the class or I didn't get the schedule that I wanted, what you can do is contact registrar at rpi.edu. They're the ones who actually run the registration, and they'll assist you that way, and they're always writing back on that email. All right, so at this point, we're going to open it up to Q&A, but quickly what I would like to do is just show you, if you're interested in taking a look at the pathways. This is something that is new here at RPI. So the Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences Department has created these integrated pathways. Basically, as a student here, you have to take 5 HOS courses. Pathways allow you to take 3 courses in a specific area, helps you kind of narrow things down, and actually, if you were interested in a minor, this is a really efficient way to do so. So we'll send a link to this within our follow-up email we'll send, but basically there's 40 different topics that you can choose from in terms of a pathway. So if we took a look at economics, for instance, the first one here, you take a 1,000 level course. So this IHSS 1200 is a Principles of Econ. That's also one you'll take as a freshman, one of the IHSS courses. And then they give you options for a 2,000 level and a 4,000 level econ course. You'll need to take a 4,000 level HOS course in general here. And then that's basically the pathway. So minors are typically 4 courses. So this gives you 3 different courses. Your 3 quarters relate to a minor. So that's another reason why they had done that. All right. So now that I've covered that, back to our Q&A. So we have a couple of different questions here. What if I need to make changes to my schedule after I register for courses? You're absolutely able to do this, especially because if you have AP courses, you will not have the scores yet when you register for courses. The recommendation there is register for the course that you think that you should. For instance, if you took the Calc 1 AP and you believe that you got a 4 or 5, which is typically what RPI accepts, go ahead and register for Calc 2. It's easier for us to make adjustments going backwards rather than forwards if that needs to be the case. So this isn't set in stone. This isn't a be-all, end-all, in terms of your schedule. We can always make adjustments at orientation, and then the registration will be open for a bit as well. Can I talk with my advisor over the summer beyond FO? That's a great question. So yes, I'm here all summer. I'm available via email, on the phone. We can, schedule a phone conference, or if you're local, you can feel free to make an appointment and stop in too. So I'm really here as a resource more than anything. So I'm glad to help. All right. I have AP credits. Can I take less credits my first semester? That's a great question. So a lot of students come with AP or college credits. While that might give you a bit of wiggle room sometime during your time here, I do recommend that you stick to the 16 to 17 credits for your first semester, just to make sure that you're starting off on the right track. What do I do if a course is full? So this may happen. I mentioned that you should have a couple of different backup options in terms of ideal schedules. So if the course is full, you'll just kind of want to go back to the drawing board and create a different schedule. If it's a course that, I can always work with you as well in terms of helping you find different options, but definitely having a backup is something that you'll want to do with everyone registering. What if I am busy during my time ticket and can't log on to register? Let me know about this. So you'll be getting your time ticket email. You'll still be able to register after the fact as well, but if you do see a direct conflict, let me know and we can kind of contact the registrar's office. Let's see. Should I go on to a harder math if I is Calc 1, etc.? So yes, the answer is always move forward. At least some students will kind of hesitate and say, maybe I should take this class over again here. Typically, students do very well when they go to the next sequential math. Sometimes a lot of students kind of stick to the same math, and maybe they get there and it's not as, it's kind of a repeat, so they either need to make the changes or we really want them to make the changes. So yes, go on to the next harder math. Ooh, we have another good question here, which is, what is the Engen Ba? So for students who are interested in, I believe are interested in pursuing a master's degree after you do your bachelor's, the Engen Ba is for students who like to get their undergraduate in engineering discipline and then their MBA or a master's in business administration here from RPI. So basically, this is a structured program that you start off with. During your freshman year, you'll have meetings with advisors from the Engen Ba department, and you'll take your undergraduate level classes for your first 3 years. For year 4, it's kind of a mix of those classes, undergrad and grad. Then the 5th year is the MBA, master-specific classes. So this allows you to get, 2 degrees within a 5-year time period, and there's other ways to do this too through our co-terminal program as well. And you're welcome. All right, perfect. Any other questions at this point? All right, so we're going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for, viewing this webinar. And if you have questions, feel free to contact me via my contact information. Again, I'll be sending more emails out. And I look forward to working with you at student orientation and through your first year here at RPI. Have a great rest of your high school time, and we'll see you soon.